So, thank you all that share your attention with me. And yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of reflection and talk about the experience I've had so far with the Ceptr residency and working with the wonderful people uh, at Ceptr and everyone that falls under the MetaCurrency project. Specifically, special thanks to Arthur. Thank you to Jared. Thank you to Matt, Celestial. Thank you, Farananda. Thank you, Eric. Everyone who's really helped me feel welcome and feel like I'm working with friends and with family. That's been one of the most valuable things that I feel like I've experienced so far. I mean, beyond being immersed behind the scenes and understanding the technology and seeing the social effects that it has. I've met a lot of cool people like David Rose of the Unified Field Corporation. Had a really good conversation with him a couple days ago at Jared and Celestial's house over dinner. That was amazing, and I'll share as much of that as I can with you. But yeah, I just kind of really wanted to sort of take a dive in and to things that have been revealed to me, revelations I've had, and this is one kind of resource that I would point people to. Is going to ceptr.org/revelation. You can see it in the address bar here. CEPTR.org/REVELATION. And I think this is one of the best, somewhat technical, but still lay explanations of what is being revealed and what is the tool. What are the tools that are going to be implemented and the sort of the philosophy behind it as well. So if you do go to this page, you can read the Ceptr Revelation. If you click on it, it'll just open a Google Doc that you can view and sort of take notes on. And if you'd like to comment or make any suggestions on it, I'm sure they're open to that as well. So not really going to go too deep into the rabbit hole there in reading the documentation, but yeah, if you want to take a quick dive into it, I suggest starting there, as well as any of the white papers that are on the website, and you can find those under the white papers link. And this will give you sort of I guess a nucleus point where you can go off and see the different areas that are being addressed. So looking into, if you're interested in developing any apps, you'd probably want to check out the distributed apps area. Holochains, which is more so the backbone of the network that's being built, the holographic storage. For the distributed applications, that's a very important one to look at. Pluggable protocols. Also something that developers and people will be implementing the network on their systems or in tandem with the systems they already have. Definitely check out the documentation there. Then also the Sovereign Commons is explained here, Ceptr Core, and Neural Internet working. So I'm basically working my way down this list. I've read pretty much most of documentation here, and then going to dive more deeper into Ceptr Core and the neural interworking fairly soon. So at least my part in the project so far is that of one of the residents. I was actually one of the first to arrive. I got here June 9th, Friday of last week. And today is the 14th. So I've been here for a little bit now. And it's really been a wonderful experience so far. And beyond the, like I said, beyond the technical things that I'm learning, it is a social insight that I'm receiving in connecting with these wonderful people that it's not all about just the technology. It's sort of also changing the way we think about all of this and the way we connect with the world. And if we sort of keep money as a point of relationship and we don't really work on how we relate to each other, I feel like that is something that kind of keeps us in the current system that we are in, that we have to sort of expand beyond or go back to nature to really get a good idea of where we should be heading. Because if we're only working for money and not working for our passions, what are we really doing? I mean, we're going to really find ourselves in, well, really where we are, where a lot of the world is in turmoil. And I feel like a lot of the turmoil kind of is extended from our inner turmoil for not really taking care of ourselves and our communities. So that's one of the things that was talked about, as I mentioned with David, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, when I saw this pop up in my Facebook feed, I had to apply because they were speaking on a lot of things that were close to my heart and things I'd been thinking about for a while. It was wonderful to see a group of people who are already volunteering their time, energy, and passion into creating something that is not profit driven. So right now I'm going to be focusing more on a little of the website development, on just getting certain things laid out and redesigned, and working with Celestial on some UX design so we can really make it a pleasant experience for people to come to the site and understand what information is there, how to easily navigate, and how to know how to collaborate as well. And the other thing I'll probably be doing is a good amount of community development or storytelling as well. So that's just, getting a lot of material out there for people to start learning what Ceptr is about. And just being able to share that with their friends. One thing I do suggest, if you are looking to collaborate and if you may not be able to participate specifically in the residency programs, there's many other ways to participate. One of the best ways, at least, to get a face-to-face or conversation going is going into the salons. I believe they're every 2 weeks on a Sunday. So if you go to the salons, it should show the upcoming one. Yeah, the next one will be Sunday, June 25th. And here are the times. Depending on where you're located, you can convert them. But all you have to do is just jump into the Zoom conference chat. And the archives of the past salons are located on this page too. But what I was going to point to was different ways of connecting. So if you do want to get involved, there's a couple ways you can chat with the team on Gitter, which is, I think, a really cool tool in order to be able to jump in on community chats. And then there is also a Slack channel that is available, and that one is specifically on the MetaCurrency side. So if you go to the MetaCurrency website, which is sort of the larger organization that Ceptr falls under, you should be able to find links to the different resources and blog and information they have. But if you do want to jump in this Ceptr Slack channel, I'll include that link to the video description. But I've hopped in a few of these channels, and there's always something good being shared or good discussions going on, or even if you just want to be a fly on the wall, you can take a look through and see what people are talking about. It's just in the spirit of keeping everything open and transparent. So the other point I wanted to make, and sort of alluding to, was the conversation that we had with David Rose, and I feel like beyond just the tools being built, I mean, there also is the social aspect that is relevant, and finding different organizations that need these tools, or different people that need these tools in order to build what they would like, or pursue their passions. So a lot of what he is designed to do is sort of changing how we approach our food system and our banking system. So if we go to the projects of the Unified Field Corporation, you can see that he's tackling or they are tackling the food aspects of being able to have a regenerative agriculture system. And one tagline I got from him was sort of explaining, okay, what is it? What is the Unified Field Corporation? And he explains as it's a regenerative community systems development company whose purpose to create the experience of oneness in how we work together and we build the world. And we work first on the banking and food, and because food is most basic and banking is most off track, that's the most relevant places that we need to tackle. So obviously, having a way to do that on the platform that Ceptr is building is perfect, because it's decentralized. It allows for much more agency. You don't have to worry about all the hoops that you have to jump through. In the banking system, you can directly connect with people you want to work with, or that you would be a customer base. And it's just making sort of a community that's easy to redistribute resources, so you can share, like, land you have if you want to help grow in a regenerative way, and if you want to do any other type of work, if you want to offer your services of let's say website building, let's say they need a new website, you could offer your services in that way and not have to worry about monetary compensation. You could maybe just receive a bit of the food they produce, and with this, your reputation in the system would be able to sort of allow that value to be transferred to them in that way. So if you're not making dollars, you could sort of pay your piece or pay your part in whatever way you desire, because you're working on your passion, you're working through your passion in order to share that with the world. So it's one of the most relevant things that I see coming out of all this, and that was a really big sort of epiphany for me, because I mean, these things have always been kind of like things you fantasize about, or have a dream of, sort of in the same way as Martin Luther King. You have a dream to change the world, but now it is becoming very practical with tools like Ceptr, and everything that they're building to support a regenerative economy, and economy. So ecology and economy. Yeah, just a few things that I wanted to share, and I really welcome people to check out the website and contact people on the Slack channel, or through email, or through any way you are able to find. And if you go to the MetaCurrency website, you should be able to find a good amount of links to social media of each person in the founding group. So author can be reached at these links: Eric here, Matthew, Fernanda, Jared, and Nicholas. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be continuing to share a lot more of what I'm learning here, and just the wonderful time that I'm having, and I hope you choose to support what they're doing, And I'm sort of also sending a call out to the artists that I know, to just look a little bit deeper into this. Ask me any questions if you have any. But people like DJ Kavum, ETF Kavum Vita, uh, who's doing a lot of community building with growing and doing that through the lens of hip hop and self empowerment. This is really in line with that, and I really look forward to sharing a lot of this with my friends and family and anyone that is really ready to just change the world, and change the world they live in. Because change the world you live in, you kind of have to change yourself and change your perspective. So yeah, peace.